So students, in the last topic we have studied about nutrition, and we talked about nutrition, we talked about digestion of the food. So what happened during nutrition? The food was being digested, but there should be some motive why we digested the food. The food was digested so as to produce the energy. So here we come to our next topic, that's respiration. The release of energy by digested food is called respiration, and it takes place in the cells. That's why it is known as cellular respiration. Now, this cellular respiration can take place in the presence of oxygen, or it can take place in the absence of oxygen. So, the fate is different in different organisms. Whatever may be the fate, but this digested food, that's the glucose, is a 6-carbon molecule. So, the first step, that's the breakdown of the glucose into pyruvate, is common in all organisms. So, whether it takes place in the presence of oxygen or in the absence of oxygen, this step will be common. So, the first step is the breakdown of the glucose, that's a 6-carbon molecule, into a 3-carbon molecule, that's pyruvate, and it takes place in the cytoplasm of the cells. Now, what will happen to this pyruvate will now depend whether the oxygen is present or not. So, if the oxygen is absent, so in the absence of oxygen, this 3-carbon molecule will be incompletely broken down into a 2-carbon molecule, ethanol, and carbon dioxide. Along with it, energy will also be produced. So, this happens in some organisms like yeast, and many a times in our muscle cells also, due to lack of oxygen, lactic acid is being produced. Now, what happens and when does it happen? Whenever we run at a very high speed, usually what we observe, we gasp for breath. We do like this. So, this is gasping for breath. And when we open our mouth to the maximum, like this, so what happens? A lot of oxygen goes inside, and this is required. But whatever the amount of the oxygen that goes inside, then also there is less of oxygen. And in this less of oxygen, the muscle cell undergoes anaerobic respiration, and a 3-carbon molecule, that's lactic acid, is being produced. The accumulation of this lactic acid is responsible for the muscle cramps in the cells, in our muscles. That's why what happens whenever we are tired, we go to sleep, we relax, or we dip our legs in warm water. That is the time when there is a lot of oxygen inside our cells, and this lactic acid is completely broken down into carbon dioxide and water. The moment it takes place, our tiredness goes away. But what happens naturally in normal conditions? In normal conditions, this 3-carbon molecule is broken down into 1-carbon molecules, that carbon dioxide along with water and energy, and this happens in mitochondria with the release of energy.